today to talk about the importance of shopping locally with our local retailers in Lincoln. I want to say special thanks to the Lincoln Running Company for hosting us, along with their manager, Ann Ringline. And also joining us today are Jim Otto from the Nebraska Retail Federation and Todd Ogden from the Downtown Lincoln Association, Derek Feierherm from the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, and Bud Steinhorst from the Lincoln Independent Business Association. We're here today at the Lincoln Running Company, and the Lincoln Running Company has been owned and operated by the Rogers family for 43 years. And there's good reason that it has been a top 50 best running stores in America 3 times. It's their amazing customer service. And that face-to-face contact with knowledgeable salespeople is something that you don't find at an online retailer. A few years ago, this store made another huge investment in downtown by doubling the size of this store. The Lincoln Running Company also has set a good example for other local businesses in the area of recycling. A year ago, it became the first city-certified zero-waste business in Lincoln. Excellent customer service, the financial investment they've made, and giving back to the community. These are all wonderful reasons for us to shop local this season. And we want to help make sure that our local retailers who are investing in our community are getting a competitive edge from our local shoppers. If you need more reasons, though, to consider shopping locally, consider these. For every dollar spent at a small business, about 67 cents stays here locally in our community. Our local businesses create jobs for our friends and neighbors. And studies have shown that local businesses donate to community causes at more than twice the rate of national chains. Our local retailers make Lincoln more fun and interesting for those of us who live here and for our visitors. And let's not forget, of course, that the local sales tax dollars that are collected are one of our city's main revenue sources, and those monies that are generated are reinvested in our community, and they help us maintain and improve city services. So today we're going to talk about several projects that are aimed at encouraging local shopping. A week from today, the Lincoln Running Company is one of many downtown businesses that will participate in Lincoln's Shop the Blocks event. And Small Business Saturday is coming up Saturday, November 30th, strategically situated in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The Haymarket Unwrapped event is coming up on Tuesday, December 10th, and the Candy Factory's atrium will be the site for Breakfast with Santa on Saturday, December 14th. So to help us get in the holiday spirit, Ann Ringline is going to say a few words about shopping local.
Thanks, Mayor, very much. Downtown Lincoln has taken Shop Small Saturday a step farther, and we have called it Shop Small, Sweat Big. So that day, because of being a running store, and we have the Y, we have Fly Fitness Center downtown, we have Lotus downtown, we are hosting a free run that morning. The Y is going to have all their morning classes are going to be free that day. Lotus is having an 11 o'clock yoga class, and Fly is having an 8:15 yoga class, and these are all free. And then the coffee house is making pancakes and having coffee at Tower Square that's all free. Then we figure they sweat, they work out, they fill their tummies, they get some caffeine, and they shop all day. All the businesses downtown are going to have some wonderful specials. And so, again, and it's not hard to convince downtown and our small local stores to do this because we have fun at it, and we like to give back, and we like to have you all come downtown and shop. We think it's relaxed. We hope it's really crazy busy, but we think it's more relaxed than going out to the big box stores and getting pushed around, and we know that we'll treat you very, very well. So we would love you to come downtown, and we would love you to shop small all the time. It's downtown Lincoln is wonderful. There's not too many places where you can find a coffee shop within every other block, and all of our wonderful shopping in our little boutiques downtown. So please join us on Shop Small, Sweat Big Saturday, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. The Downtown Lincoln Association is also gearing up for the holiday season with some of its popular events, and Todd Ogden's going to tell us more about those.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, we're excited again here for the 12th event for Shop the Blocks coming up here on November 21st. We're going to have our local shopping event here downtown, open from 4 to 9. And it's just a wonderful event that we have every year. And Ann says she loves downtown, and we love Ann and all of our businesses down here. And it really makes the shopping season truly stay local. And so far after this 12th event, we're going to reach almost a $600,000 sale threshold in sales for the shopping event. So we're super excited about that, where the dollars say directly into downtown in our city, and really encourage that. We also have another event, Haymarket Unwrapped, for our Haymarket district on December 10th, and that's going to be our Haymarket holiday shopping event as well. So that'll also be from 4 to 8, I believe, and include all of those businesses. We have more and more retail coming downtown. Lululemon's one of our most recent ads that'll be part of Shop the Blocks. And with Shop Small, Sweat Big, we have more shopping events to come. And just really appreciate all of our retailers working together. We appreciate the city and mayor helping us out with these various opportunities, whether it's helping us close down the streets for separate events, or just in general having people like the Chamber and the Retail Federation and LIBA just fight for those small businesses. And keeping things local really does stress and help the economy here. I just bought, I think, what was a $215 or $21 pair of sunglasses here. Whatever that is, Ann's going to take the profits from that. She's going to buy a pizza from Nodder over at Yaya's. Because of that, Nodder is able to own property, and he pays property taxes, and he pays other taxes that'll help fix one pothole. So shopping local fixes the potholes. Remember that. So just again, I encourage everybody to attend our downtown shopping events and support our local businesses here coming up November 21st for Shop the Blocks and December 10th. We have free tickets right behind you, those golden tickets. So if anybody wants a free ticket to the event, grab one now. If not, go to shoptheblocks.com and find out more. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Does that make you like Willy Wonka, giving out golden tickets? Awesome. Well, the Chamber and LIBA are also great champions for local businesses, and I'd like to invite both of their representatives to come up and say a few words.
Yeah. Well, the Chamber of Commerce is proud to be part of this and really celebrate the different small businesses that we have throughout Lincoln. We have a membership of nearly 1,700 businesses, and the majority are small businesses. And as the mayor said, for every dollar spent, 67 cents of that stays here in Lincoln and in our area community if it's purchased through a small business. If it's not, if it's purchased through a national box chain, it's only 34 cents. So that just shows how big of an impact and what it means to spend local and to buy local. The Chamber has a great program called Shop Lincoln. You can come into our office, buy certificates to ensure that the money spent in those certificates can only be used at Lincoln area businesses. So we do the best that we can to promote doing business here in Lincoln. As Todd and everyone has mentioned, there's a lot of different events promoting shopping this time of year during the holiday season. Our Convention and Visitors Bureau has a great list of other exciting events that encourages going to those small businesses who are doing special events. So we encourage you to go to lincoln.org, has a full event calendar of all these different special events, many of which have already been spoken about, but others that haven't. So on behalf of the Chamber, we encourage everyone to go out and shop local. And I'll turn over to Bud with LIBA.
Thank you, and we really appreciate the mayor and her leadership promoting our local small businesses. At LIBA, we represent over 1,200 businesses across the city, small businesses, restaurants, services, retail shops, all across the board. And it's just, one of the things that we really try to encourage people in our community is look at the local business and shop with the local business, hire the local contractor, go to the local coffee house, the local restaurant, because those monies go back, like they said, they employ the people. That money's going back into our community. They're supporting our youth sport events. They're supporting things like the dog run that they're having with the Humane Society and the Lincoln Running Company. And so it's a great time for us to come together as a community, not just in the holidays, but year-round, because that money continues to flow through our community. And the more we can do that, the more we can keep providing a great, awesome community that we all live in. We love the city of Lincoln, and it helps our city grow. So thank you, Mayor, for your leadership and inviting us, and we really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
It's kind of like recycling dollar bills right here in Lincoln, right? Okay. Well, finally, today I want to thank Jim Otto for his work with the Nebraska Retail Federation and all the work that you do to promote our stores here in Lincoln. So please come on up and say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. It's great to be here. I guess I would be repetitive if I mention all the things that have already been mentioned. I do want to say, though, that everything I have on except my wedding ring was purchased at a Lincoln small retailer or privately owned retailer. And the reason the wedding ring was 50 years ago in Kearney, Nebraska, but was still a small retailer. So anyway, the one thing I do want to mention that hasn't been mentioned yet is through all of us working together and the cooperation of the governor and the Nebraska legislature, if you shop online to avoid sales tax, you're out of luck now because it has changed as of the last session, and that's a result of the hard work of associations, the associations up here, and the support of the city and the state legislature. So with that, thank you.
Before we take some questions, I wanted to read a proclamation that kind of just captures the reasons that we're all here today. So, whereas shopping local supports local decision-making, community development, and helps maintain a unique sense of place in our city, and whereas dollars spent in Lincoln stores directly support businesses that hire local residents, contribute to local charities, and support local youth activities, and whereas these businesses also pay local taxes and collect local sales tax to support local government services, and whereas Shop the Blocks, Small Business Saturday, and Haymarket Unwrapped, and now also Shop Small Sweat Big, all recognize the importance of shopping locally. Now therefore, I, Lyrian Gaylor Baird, Mayor of the City of Lincoln, Nebraska, do hereby proclaim the holiday gift-giving season as Shop Local Days and encourage residents of our community to support local businesses and merchants throughout the year. Thank you. There we go. All right. Do we have any questions from anyone here? Mr. Padmore.
I have one. This is more towards the shop owner. I'm sorry, what's your name?
I'm the manager. The shop owner's right there. Yeah.
He's helping customers.
Yeah.
Do you want to come up here, Ann?
Chris.
He's waiting on us.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And if you could introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, I'm Chris Rogers, owner of the Lincoln Running Company.
It was sort of indicated in the conference, but what sort of conveniences can people, like specifically, can people expect when they go to a local store as opposed to a big box store?
Customer service. That's the biggest thing. That's what we care most about. Sorry, I wasn't expecting coming up here today.
That's all right.
Customer service, I can't say enough about it. And that's what you're going to get at a small local business like us than you will at a box store.
We're here every day. Chris and I are here every day, and we have our hands on with our employees. And we show them what we think is important, and we instill that in them when we, sometimes we'll say, that's not how we do things here.
Nope.
We do things differently here. And so, it's kind of a learning thing and a teaching thing. So I kind of like to think we're making better citizens, too.
Yep. Relationships.
Relationships are huge here.
Yep.
Probably 3/4 of our customers we call by name when they walk in the door.
I would just add, Lincoln's a community of runners, and we have a lot of races and new races. And as a customer of the Lincoln Running Store, I've come in and been able to ask questions about how do I stay warm winter running? I want to train for the Lincoln Half Marathon in January and February. And Ann's helped me find gloves where you can peel back the hands and let your fingers out or cover up, mittens or gloves. Chris has helped me pick out shoes that are lightweight and, hey, have a run around this track. You can't do that online. You don't have that kind of expertise helping you get the products you need to succeed in your endeavors. So I'm certainly appreciative just of this store alone.
Has anybody done any research, either the city or your organization, about what the sales tax going into effect on online purchases might mean for brick and mortar real retailers? Whether it's going to bring money back, whether it's not going to make a difference?
Rich may be able to answer this better than I, but sales tax receipts have gone up, and we're trying to figure out, and maybe we've got some questions into the Department of Revenue as to can we articulate whether or not that's from online purchases. It seems only logical that increased sales taxes, at least in part, are due to the sales taxes coming in from online purchases. Of course, that if you had a physical location in Lincoln, in other words, if it's Walmart or Target, they were already collecting. It's stores that did not have a physical, mostly Amazon, location in Lincoln that now have to collect and remit. So we're very optimistic that that's going to increase it, but I honestly can't give you a number. Maybe we could try to get some research and get that to you.
Well, and one of the challenges, Matt, that we've experienced in Lincoln, we had, of course, a dip in sales tax over the summer, and while a lot of factors can feed into that, as people shop online and those sales tax are being remitted to local municipalities, people in Waverly who maybe shopped in Lincoln in stores like this, if they're ordering online, this, even if the sales tax is being collected, it's now going to Waverly instead of Lincoln. So we, it's not all good news when that sales tax is being remitted. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily coming to where it would come if people were coming into the urban centers to shop. Any other questions?
Just generally,
Yeah.
the overall health of local shops in Lincoln, where does it stand? Is it healthy and thriving? Is it sort of struggling under the weight of these big box stores and online retailers? Where do we stand?
Anyone want to take a stab at that?
I can answer a little
Yeah.
bit to that on our downtown experience. I think one thing we've seen, depending on the industry, is there was kind of a wave, even if you look back past the past couple decades, where online retail comes, you have the big box. But when that came out, a lot of those larger retailers are now struggling. Some of our peer downtowns that we work with, like Dallas and Houston and Boise, they brought in a lot of those large chain retailers that have now struggled, and they have these empty downtowns. We've had these real strong local businesses that have been able to survive that because of customer service and loyal customers, regardless of an economic downturn or not. People are here to buy from specific people, and that doesn't go away. So I think that's really helped. Like example, bookstores, they've been struggling nationally. Our local bookstores have been doing much better. Those models are working better in this environment. And downtown, we've seen a lot of that because just in general, the smaller businesses and the smaller shops work better downtown as well because you're here. It's a unique destination, and that's what people are looking for, is that unique thing. And I think if people provide that unique niche, that's what the customer's looking for right now. So I know there are certain industries where it may not be as strong for local retail, and it's nice seeing a couple more retail come in here downtown. We haven't seen that in a few years. A lot of it is if you can get the right overhead, the right customer service, and the right product for the demand, I think you can do really well here in Lincoln if you can promote yourself as a small business.
Quick question regarding the sales tax online. Do you think that because we have sales tax online now, that people are more apt to go to the bigger box stores like Amazon, and that will do overnight shipping either more quickly than a local store, since they are going to have to pay the same price? Do you see any trends of that happening?
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think it's too early to see if we actually have the trend, but if you're going to buy a pair of shoes, one of the frustrations is, or if you're going to buy a suit, one of the frustrations is actually people have gone into stores like Lincoln Running Company, tried them on, got the exact size, take a picture of the shoe, and then go online to purchase the shoe. It used to be to maybe sometimes to save the sales tax. Now that we've eliminated the fact that they can't save the sales tax, we're hoping that more and more people would just say, unless the shoe is significantly cheaper online than in the local store, we're hoping that that won't be the case. But to say people are going to quit shopping online is, I mean, that would be fooling ourselves, but they just don't get the customer service. And I think certain people really like to shop and have the customer service. Others maybe are too busy and just will send it back or whatever. But I don't really have a direct answer for you, but I think eliminating the fact that they could get out of the sales tax, I think will help that situation more than hurt it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Did you have a question?
I don't want to put you on the spot or anything. Do you have like Amazon Prime?
I do.
Like, what is your response to people who, like, I have Amazon Prime, a lot of people have Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
especially during the holiday season,
Yeah.
want to turn to it just because it's more convenient?
Yeah. Well, I think we're doing this now in November to give everyone a heads up that we want to encourage people to shop locally. And if you start now and you make your plans, think about what you can buy locally. What can you buy locally just as easily and conveniently and in relationship with your neighbors and Lincoln residents? And then if there are things that are difficult to source locally, of course, that's, Amazon is a wonderful place to go to get things that are hard to find. But if we can prioritize shopping here, you're doing yourself a favor because that money's going to come back to you in the form of city services. Our general fund, our tax-funded budget, the number one source is sales tax. That's the largest source of revenues. Those revenues are helping to put police officers on our streets, pay for ambulances that respond, or sorry, not, to pay for fire and rescue services, to repair potholes that pop up in the wintertime, and to repair our playgrounds that we take our kids to play. You know, you shop on Amazon, you don't get those services as a part of your investment. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. Shop local.